in Minecraft. FTB Sky Odyssey. How you guys doing today? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So, the last time we built this library, item storage containment unit thing, and I slowly migrated everything over to it, so we're going to take a look at it real quick. All the storage drawers are currently holding things that do not have EMC values and thus cannot be stored in an EMC network. But you know how I've been saying, like, whoa, I really want there to be some way for me to, like, convert things over directly to EMC? Well, there is. I just wasn't, I didn't know about it yet. So this thing's called a personal EMC link. You might notice in the top left-hand corner of the screen there that my EMC value is just going up by a certain amount. That's because items are being converted directly into EMC and added to my network. So this is the mob farm. So same thing, all of the stuff that I want voided is being thrown into the personal EMC link. As it does stuff that are worth more or less EMC, the value goes up or down on the side there. I also installed a loot crate opener, and it's currently got this acting as like an overflow where things, again, that do not have an EMC value are being put, but it is also hooked up to a personal EMC link. So things that come out of the loot crates that it is not able to store are just being thrown directly into here. And you can see if I click on it, this is the items that are going into it. Yeah. A couple of things that are cool, a couple of things that are not. So all of the loot crates have been opened. And for the most part, I got a bunch of stuff that's definitely worthwhile to have, but nothing that really stands out as something that's like truly fantastic to me. The main thing that I got that was actually kind of impressive was I got this gargantuan flux storage. So we're going to work with that a little bit to try to get some energy storage and maintenance stuff done. I got a few of the Spectre coils that we used in the last season to kind of help power our base. We also got a lot of the black and blacker lotuses, if you will. A bunch of seeds and chickens that, I mean, honestly, we're probably never going to use, but it just does not hurt me at all to go ahead and store them. So that's why I did. It doesn't matter. And then I also got some wither skulls. So that made me wonder because, okay, so I was thinking like, yeah, I'll have to find a wither skull and get it in a loot crate or something, and then I can put it in my EMC network, and that's how I will make more of them. But wither skeleton skulls do not have an EMC value. They took that away because I'm pretty sure in the basic Minecraft, in the base of Project E, all the vanilla Minecraft items have an EMC value. So if they specifically took that away, then gosh, there's got to be a different way to get them. And so, thinking about that, I thought that probably we're going to have to go back to the Nether and fly around and find a Nether fortress, because I just bet they exist somewhere in there. And that's where we're going to have to find it. That being the case, I am much more interested in getting into Woot, which we kind of looked at a couple of streams ago. But we didn't really jump into because it was a little bit more than we were looking at the time. But we're really gonna have to do it because I know for a fact I don't want to go and grab out wither skeletons every single time from a nether fort that I want some wither skulls. So we're going to have to turn that into a kind of permanent farm that we can get over time. And 90% of the stuff that they drop, like coal, all the dust and stuff, we can just kick out back into EMC. It's not going to be a problem. The skulls we can store and keep until we start actually knocking down withers, which is, again, something that we're probably going to want to build a woot farm for. Because the way that the woot spawning farming things work is it's a structure that you set up, and then once you set it up, and you feed it power, over time, it will generate you the loot that the monsters would drop. It never actually spawns anything, so it's pretty server friendly, if I understand correctly. because there's no entities associated with it other than like the main block, which makes all the decisions, and it just makes decisions. It doesn't have to like actually do anything with the game world. Some delicious tea. Tea today instead of coffee. That's what I'm on. So there's a couple of things that I want to sort out, and then we're going to head to the Nether and see if we can find ourselves one of the Nether fortresses, probably just floating in the middle of nowhere. So the main thing is I want to make a... Oh, no, it's not chest, it's storage? Yeah. I want to make a couple of these tanks, and then something to store XP, because right now we're just kind of throwing XP away. And I don't need a lot of it, but I do need it. And there's nothing, like in the previous packs, there was the energy cubes or whatever from Actually Editions would drop. Or maybe not Actually Editions, like Totally something. I can't remember the mod, but they would drop little experience cubes that we could eat, and that would give us XP. But I haven't seen any of those drop out of the mobs, and so that makes me think that maybe they were turned off. So just from the kills, we're getting XP, and we're just kind of throwing it away. So Ender Tank into an experience obelisk from Ender.io sounds like a really good idea to me. So this is the type of stuff we're looking at. Wool, obsidian, a cauldron, some blaze rods, and an ender pearl. So let's dive into our network and pull these things out. So obsidian, we'll just grab a stack, whatever. Blaze, same thing. Wool. I'm going to go ahead and grab out the green wool, because you can start it with whatever type of wool you want, and green's like the color of XP, and so that's what we're going to use. Cauldron, boom, and ender pearls, I think. And was that everything? Obsidian, cauldron, wool, ender pearl, blaze. Yep, that should be all that we need. So let's make... I have to do it with white wool? No. Okay, we'll set it up, and I'm pretty sure this will work. We'll just have to do it a little manually instead of having it all super automatedly like I was going to do a second ago. And then wool. And then bam. It comes out just fine. It's just the color code on top, instead of being white is green. So boom, we'll just go ahead and make those. And then we'll kick all this stuff back into the network. And in fact, kick those back into the network too. And if we type it again, we'll pull out 2 of them, because that's as much as we will need right at the moment. I also need at least 2 fluid conduits. I might need more, but whatever, we'll grab that for now. And then some of the speed extracts for the conduits themselves. Yes. So then we'll need the actual obelisk. Let's look that up at Ender.io. Obelisk. There we go. So these are the various types of obelisks that exist: aversion, attractor, inhibitor, relocator, weather, and experience. Experience is the one that we're going to mess with. Soul machine chassis, a fluid tank, which I actually don't think we have made a normal Ender.io fluid tank, so we might have to do that. And then an experience rod. So basically, we need some solarium. We need one of these, the soul machine chassis. We'll also need the energetic alloy. And then that's it, other than making the fluid tank, which is iron bars, and glass. So nothing too hard to get a hold of. Oh, I have so much stuff named iron now. Okay, iron bars, and then it's just some normal glass. Just 1 piece of normal glass. Alright, so let's make the tank. Then the rod. And then everything else should be there. Nice. And nice. Let's put all this back in there. And in fact, we'll just put the obelisk in there too. So if for whatever reason we need to make another one, we can. I really don't think we will, but just in case. There we go. So we'll go down here, and we're going to get this end of it set up first, and then we'll do the other half in a moment. So let's go ahead and grab out the obelisk itself, set it down, and we'll go ahead and store everything we currently have in us. Then we'll put down a fluid conduit to an ender tank. This is going to be extract only with speed upgrades, and this is going to be insert only. Yeah, and I did turn it on, right? Always active. Should be fine. Weird that it came out white, white, white. I guess that when you put it into the EMC networks, it doesn't remember what specific data you had on the item. It has like its base data. Interesting. But I mean, that's fine. It's not like we have a white, white, white one that's open right now. So we're going to put it here on the bottom. So basically just down we need to turn to fluid. And then I'm going to set this one below. Again, extract only, always active with the speed upgrades. And then, there we go. Nice. Nice. And then we're just going to turn this to where it's only insert, so that way it's not taking anything out of it. It's currently empty, so there we go. Now, as EXP is grabbed, it will put it in there. But I can see that there's definitely some EXP balls back there that are not being sucked up. And so that makes me think we might need to make the range upgrade things for this. So let's go up here. And I'm going to pull out my Philosopher's Stone. And we're going to work on this. Because I did make the transmutation tablet at some point across the stream, because I just got, or between streams, because I got tired of going back and forth. So let's look up what's needed for the range upgrades for just that thing. Obsidian, ender pearls, and redstone, not a difficult task. Obsidian, redstone, and ender pearls. There we go. Get on our Philosopher's Stone so that we can craft. Make one of those. And kick it back in along with all that stuff. And then we'll go ahead and pull out. We only need 10. So I think that's... No, we actually only need 6. That's the maximum for this upgrade. Okay. And then we'll dive back down. And right-click on that and put those in. And it's doing that thing again where since we're here, or maybe because it just couldn't deal with it, it's building up again. Let's show the area. Even with that, it's still missing some of the balls, but I mean, like, whatever. Everything's dying right around there, so it'll grab most everything. Probably not going to be an issue one way or the other. It's just, man, it really seems like it's not keeping up at all. I have a lot of entities down here, but man, when I swear, when I'm not looking at it, I just don't see this at all. So when I'm away from here, you don't notice this, but if I stand here and stare at it, then it acts like it's not keeping up at all. Okay, let's hide the area on the old absorption hopper there. And then just a couple more things that I wanted to do before we head out to the Nether. I'm also going to turn my sound back up because at some point I had turned it down and it's kind of off-putting. Okay, so here we go. This is something I'm definitely going to do. We're going to take this off and this off. Oh my gosh. Let me get, where is the wrench? There we go. So that'll make this way easier. I just gotta make sure I'm only grabbing the energy conduits. All that I'm interested in grabbing here. Because beast coins, that's definitely something that we're still doing. But now we have a better way of doing it, basically. And so we're going to just turn it over to the better way, quote unquote, of doing it. Oh, I should have done that the other way. Because now there's like an energy conduit there that I just can't grab. Oh well. Do it from this side. There we go. There we go. There we go. And there we go. So that's all the energy conduit down. So then we're going to take out a flux network. I actually need the controller too. I just now realized. Okay, so at flux, I need a controller. So that's not too bad though. Flux, flux block, and flux cores. Flux cores we actually already can make. So I'll just need to make the flux blocks and the flux itself. They have, yeah, they have EMC, so I really only need to make the one. So let's come over here where the Ferni are. And we'll grab out some redstone. Am I actually going to have to drop it? You won't just do it that way? How about in you, alloy smelter, will you do it? Really? You won't? I'm literally going to have to make like a puddle of lava? Alright. Alright, game, if that's how you want to play it. So let's go... Oh, I don't know. I really don't have a puddle area here. I guess we can just break out some of the grass here. Oh, right, except all that got torn up too. Okay, so dirt. Give me at least one more of it. So I can go down below and blam. There we go. Now I've got a place where I can make a puddle of lava. A lot of trouble here. Alright. And we'll put it back. And then, boom, now you know how to make flux. So then give me that and that, and we'll make the block. There we go. So then for the controller, we'll need this, this, and this. And there we go. Now we've got a flux network controller. And we're, honestly, I'm just going to put it here in this area too, on the back. Because it's kind of thing where like once you have it set up, you don't ever have to touch it again, basically. So I'm just going to put it over here. And then select a network, create a new one. Yep, it's going to be my network, and the color on it is going to be 0, 0, and 255. There we go. And that's the network that you're on. Yep, there we go. So now we have a network for it. Now we're going to put down one of these gargantuan energy storages. Just in a couple places here, just 2 of them. We're going to attach them to the same network. Cool. And then we're going to go mess with all those machines that we were just messing with, because we're just going to hook them up to our network for adding energy to the network. So boom. Yep, that one. Boom. That one. Boom. That one. And boom. That one. Cool. So now it's going to just add energy into the network as big as it can. And then we're going to have to take it back out kind of similarly. We're just going to come along here, put one of these on, and say, yeah, that's the network. Boom. That's the network. So now these things are going to get their energy, yeah, up and maxed out from that. And we'll just do the same thing on this side over here. Cool. So now instead of being like a self-contained system that just does its own thing, we just have it all done wirelessly with the energy, basically. And then we can put one here. And then first we're gonna limit the transfer, because I don't want it to do any more than these 4 we're providing at the moment. So right now we're going to limit it to 160. And then enable limits true. And then we'll go ahead and select our network. And yeah, it will constantly take that 160 because it's 40 RF a tick for each one of these, basically. So 40 and 40 is 80, 80 and 80 is 160. That's why we limited it to what we did. Since this can really store like an infinite amount of energy to make us the beast coins, I'm just keeping it all same limit as it was ever. And we can do the same thing with this one over here. We probably will, but that's not like our first goal. And then if we look over here, I'm not sure. Yeah, we won't actually be gaining any energy because basically we're outputting as much as we're taking in at the moment. But if we put, like, say, the other one on there, then we will actually be gaining energy because this one is barely using anything until it is, basically. So, if that made any amount of sense. But yeah, we'll worry about that later. That's not our main concern at the moment. So we'll go ahead and we'll kick all this back into the network. Because there we go. Yes! Okay, so now that we've done that, it is time. We're going to wander around in the nether and see if we can find ourselves a nether fort. So I just really think that's what we got to do, unfortunately. So I moved our ender portal, our nether portal down here. I wish it was an ender portal. Our nether portal down here. So that way, if anything did spawn, it wouldn't be falling onto any of our other buildings. Any mob spawning thing we're really going to try to put kind of low. Okay, so what Y am I on? I am at 0. Or no, not 0. Where is it? So like 90 something. 94. Okay. I really had a difficult time reading that for whatever reason. And everything back at the base should be chunk loaded, so I shouldn't run out of flight or anything like that. So yeah, just we'll take a direction here and we'll just go out a certain amount. Let's say like 10,000, and we'll look around. So we just kind of got to keep our eyes straight forward. Just keep going. Just keep going. And then hope that we eventually see something in this blank, abysmal void that is the nether. And if I F3, you can see we are definitely moving. It's one of those things where I'm really not used to this being a problem because normally I have some kind of a map making program installed. I still kind of think that maybe I should do that, but it's not what the pack intended, so I don't know. Put like Journey Map or something like that, you know? I wonder if they just didn't install it because they didn't see it as really necessary, even though like I really think that it is, basically. How far out are we? Still haven't seen anything in our straight line, but it makes me wonder if they have like different spawn areas. Like where would they spawn? Like up at the bottom, down at the up at the bottom. Technically up at the bottom is true in the nether. But yeah, like would they be down at like 0? Would they be up at the top? It's really hard to tell because like I mean there's nothing to see otherwise than what you're looking at yourself. So I'm just kind of wandering in random directions, hoping that I see something, when in fact I'm not seeing anything. And I'm sure on video this looks incredibly dark to you just because there's no light, but I mean like really there's nothing to see. So even on my end, I'm not seeing anything. I'm just kind of moving around and looking. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything. And that's kind of got me disheartened because I need to be able to kill the wither skeletons. We'll go ahead and head home because I can't. We'll at least have to go like a different direction or something. Buh. 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 Okay, so let me think here. What are the other ways I know of that you could potentially get a wither skeleton thing going? Well, I mean, like, the primary method that I can think of is that if you take a skeleton spawner and put it in the nether, it will put out wither skeletons. But I don't have that either, right? Can we create spawners? Is that a thing? Monster spawners? No. Spawner changer, but we have to already have spawner shards or have gotten it somehow. Stabilized mob spawner. I've never looked at how the Draconic Evolution one works, so I actually don't know how combined with a powered spawner in an anvil to set spawn type. Stabilized mob spawner. So I think this one is made with the Ender.io broken spawner. And that has to already have like whatever type of monster is associated with it. Ender.io uses the soul vials, right, for their powered spawners. Broken spawner of various type, because you need a broken spawner to even be able to make the Ender.io one. So that's the thing about it. Like, we couldn't, or could we? This doesn't use a broken spawner. Vibrant crystals, electrical steel, some kind of a head combined with a broken spawner. Yeah, okay, so you do need a broken spawner to set the mob type. It doesn't do it with the soul vials. That's unfortunate. Okay, so that's not the route either. So then we've got restored mob spawner and a spawner from RF Tools. Needs a syringe of the appropriate type. RF power. It also needs beams of energized matter. Yeah, this one's real wonky. I do not like the RF tool spawner. It's overly balanced, in my humble opinion. And that's it. So no other way to spawn that we can do through just our manipulations of it. And this definitely doesn't spawn wither skeletons in our mob spawner, or else we'd be getting a lot more wither skeleton heads. Because we've only got 4 of them. Like, total. That's all that we have. So I would really need to be able to kill a lot of them to be able to get that done. I wonder, is it the type of thing where, like, I could make nether bricks and make my own fortress? That sounds kind of dumb, but would that work? Are nether fortresses like their own biome? I don't think they are. Well, I mean, like, that's something to try. And I don't have netherrack because I have not needed any such thing yet. So how do I get netherrack? Is there like a yeah, resource, void spawners, scrap box, a sag mill on any of the nether ores can get it. I do have a sag mill. Do I have nether ores? I do have, oh, I just exited out of it. The quartz here. Now let's go ahead and pull that out, and we will sag mill it and see what we get. I'm going to drink some tea here. Hey, there we go. Oh, excuse me. So there. Now you know netherrack. Good job, buddy. So we'll basically take this out, put it in here to get another brick, and then we'll take that out and do this with it, and that will give us some actual nether bricks. And then let's go, I don't know, try to build a spawning platform, I guess. See what it does. I could do... Could end up doing kind of like the same thing that I did with my mob farm back in the overworld, and just make like the same sort of design, except obviously much bigger. Or much bigger? It wouldn't need to be bigger at all. I just mean like in the nether. I don't know why I went for size instead of just location, which was the actual thing that I'm changing. Yeah, I could build a mob spawner kind of similar, but let's just go for like, I don't know, a 9x9 sort of thing and see where that gets us. That should be 7x7. There's 9x9. And then we'll just haul out a wand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And let's move away from it a little bit and see if anything happens. You kind of got to be a little bit away for it to spawn monsters. So basically we'll just back off until it barely leaves our sight. Yep, and then we'll kind of come back and hopefully something will be on it. Hey, the fire bats, at least, that's something. So it will spawn stuff, so that's like a benefit to us. Yeah, I think we could just build like exactly our mob spawner again, but in the nether, and maybe that would provide us with the right types of monsters that we need here. Oh, there's a pig man. There's a pig man. What'd you give us? What precious supplies did we get from you? Sulfur. I mean, we don't have sulfur, so that's a good thing to get. Alright, move away a little bit again. Anything? Come on. Show me that you can make wither skeletons. Ooh, 2 pigmen. And a fire bat. Come on now. Nice. Alright. So if this can spawn monsters, which clearly it can, we're going to need to do like another mob spawner. So I'll get that built pretty much using the exact same design that we did with the overworld one, except here in the nether. Between episodes, but for now, let's head back. We're going to have to take on a different project, because I don't want to sit here and wait for this to spawn. That sounds incredibly boring. So, power stuff. That would be a good thing for us to think about. We are going to need to get some higher tier power going. We are in this biome that's like just day all the time, so that makes I instantly think about solar stuff. And now we really do have enough resources and stuff that we could put it together, because the main thing that stopped us from messing with it before was just a complete lack of the type of resources. We needed something that was real early, and now we're past that. We could definitely move on to something that's a little bit more involved. So not Tech Reborn, probably environmental tech. That would be a good one for us to get into. The Actually Additions one. How much does this put out? 8 CF per tick when it is in direct daylight and it is daytime. How expensive is it to make? Empowered Inori, iron casings, diamantine. Yeah, empowered stuff we can't copy with EMC either. So yeah, probably going to go with the solar... Yeah, the solar stuff from environmental tech, because this we can all copy. So let's look up, let's go at environmental tech. There we go. So we're definitely going to need an assembler, litherite and obsidian. Litherite, that is something we're going to have to teach it pretty quick. Green dye, lime dye, flint, and a diamond. So flint, no problem. Diamond, no problem. And lime? Okay, I don't actually have lime dye in the system yet, so I guess I'll have to get the slime chicken here going. Oh, wow. I did not mean to pull out 14 of those. My B. My B. But yeah, we can, now that we know how this works, we can, on top, yes, and then up is items. And there we go. Now it's just casting all of those items into our EMC network. And this will be a good way for me to actually have an experiment here. So when I was doing all of the, when I was putting in all of the loot crates, I'm not entirely certain. The stuff that was being cast into the EMC network is stuff that we were getting as a recipe that we could make. If we get this lime chicken to hatch, which, I mean, it's just a matter of time, obviously, and it lays even one lime dye that goes into this thing, then we would be able to see if we learn how to make lime dyes. So that'll be a good experiment for us to get on. But for now, what is the closest thing to lime dye? Green and white. Yeah, so we can just, I don't even know why I'm messing with that chicken. Because we have green dye, got that cactus green, and we've got bone meal. Oh, not that one. That's the weird wet one. So if we just combine these two things, then we get lime dye. So let's get lime, green, we'll need some more of that. Then what were the other items? Oh yeah, flint and diamonds, which we already pulled out. Okay, so make us a litherite. And then we'll put that into EMC. Now, litherite is something that we can make, but oh, erodium too? I kind of expected that all these other ones wouldn't have EMC values. But I guess they do, except for the last two. I wonder why. I wonder why those two, but not, or why any of the other ones. Because I can understand if there's no crafting recipe, why there's no EMC, and there's not a crafting recipe for rhodium, chironite, or palladium. But ionite and aethium don't have EMC. That's so weird. Anyways, okay, so making an assembler, we'll need that litherite. Just go ahead and grab out a stack. Obsidian, go ahead and grab out a stack. And then boop, boop, and boop. And we got our assembler, which we're going to put in there as well. And then we'll need the guide. We will absolutely need the guide for this mod because it tells us all of the different recipes and what we use to get to the things that we need. Where is the guide book? It looks really weird, if I remember correctly. Like, it doesn't look like just a normal book, but it's totally not showing up here. Is it, right, isn't there a thing where, like, it's part of, like, an overarching mod, so, like, if you actually just search for the mod, it's not going to show up there? Guide. There it is. Digital guide. A book and a litherite. Book. One book plus one litherite equals a digital guide for Valkyrie Lib. So yeah, environmental tech is what we'll be messing with right out of the get-go. So solar arrays. Harness the power of the sun. Litherite's what we're going to go for now, just because we don't really have anything for the bigger ones. So we need 4 null modifiers, 9 cells, and 16 structure blocks. So that's going to go right back to that and look up structure blocks. That's tier 5. Tier 1. Lapis, an interconnect, iron, and litherite. Interconnect is modifier component and connectors. Modifier component is black concrete powder, redstone, and a block of iron. Not too bad. Black concrete powder I haven't made yet, but that's not it. Obviously, that's within our reach here. So sand, boom, gravel, and the ink sac. Boop. That's oh no, not that last one. And then if I can actually do this. And there we go. Got that black concrete powder. Cast that back. And then we got to get the block of iron redstone. Block of iron. Was it like this? I think it was. Yeah, good. That gets us the modifiers. And then what was the last part of that interconnect? The connectors, which is iron and redstone. So we'll go ahead and take some iron out of that. And then do that. Balance. Is it more redstone than iron? There we go. And then cast those in. And then we'll need those. And the there we go. And then it's, right, those around there. One of those in the center. Nope. Other way around, huh? Okay. Those in the center. And these around. There we go. There we go. Now we've made all the parts. Interconnect, 2 litherite, an iron, and lapis. Again, I really wish that we could search like by mod in this thing, but c'est la vie. Bam. We made a structure frame tier 1. We'll teach you that too. And then we never have to mess with any of that stuff again. So we need 16 of these. And then 9 of the... 9 of the what? The actual solar panel things? Where's that guide? 9 of the solar panels, 4 of the null modifiers for now, because we do not have anything near making the actual piezo modifiers, right? Because I'm pretty sure the actual modifiers require you to have like one of the blocks that you get from mining using the resource miners, which we have not gotten into yet because we don't have enough power for it, basically. So yeah, so null modifiers. We'll need 4 of these, so it's an interconnect, iron, and glass. And it's actually fine for this one too, because the piezo modifier, oh, that is aluminum, not iron, but also I still have a good bit of iron. The piezo modifier makes it to where you get greenhouse glass. Now, I feel pretty confident I didn't have that before, so maybe we do definitely get something added. That's neat. That is very neat. I keep getting distracted. The piezo modifier makes it to where if it's raining, you still generate energy from like the rain hitting your solar panels because you get more energy on bright sunny days than you do on rainy days, basically. So that's why you would want to have the piezo modifiers. But for us, since it's never going to rain, it's always going to be a bright sunny day, it's actually fine for us to use the null modifiers, which are less expensive to make, basically. Okay, so there's that. Now we just need to make the actual solar panels, the litherite solar cells, and then one of the solar array controller tier 1s, right? So that's any of the solar cells, lapis blocks, and litherite blocks. Which is litherite block, is that 4? It's 9? It's 9. Okay. Go ahead and teach it that too. And then we will need to actually spell it correctly, but we'll need 4th. Okay. And then lapis, that's the other thing. Lapis. Lapi. We will need the stuff that we already have. Yeah, we need that. We need to make a block of it. And then we'll teach it blocks of lapis too. Then we'll get 4 of those out. And then the guide said that we need 9 of the solar cells, so we'll actually need 10 of them. So that way we have 1 to put into the solar tier controller. So the litherite ones are these photovoltaic cells, redstone, and interconnects. It's a lot of crafting up front, but again, since we're using EMC for this pack, once we have this available, we can just pull it out. So we just got to set it up like once, and then we're good. So yeah, we need nether quartz. Nether quartz. I don't know why I keep doing that thing where I don't just grab a full stack out. It literally does not matter. So where was I? Oh my gosh, I'm falling sideways here. Okay, so yeah, make me a photovoltaic cell, and then we'll cast that in, and then we'll pull out 3 of them, I think, right? Then we need an interconnect and 2 redstone. I don't already have redstone out, but I do already have the interconnect, so we'll get that. Then we'll make this. Boom, there we go. Cast it in, and then we'll take out 10 of them. 10. Nice. And then we can probably throw back all this stuff here that we used to make it, except for these, because that's what we need to make the controller. Yeah, there we go. So with the controller, with the solar cells, null modifiers, and structure blocks, we should be able to make the tier 1 solar energy thing, which, how much does it put out? With a litherite solar cell, it's 549 per tick. So that's not terrible. One of the things we're definitely going to want to do is we're going to upgrade that though, because we're going to get into these other ones, but we need this to get started, so that way we can start running some of the resource miners that will get us the other crystals that we need, because all of the higher tier versions of it require more crystals that we don't currently have. Litherite's the only one that you can make more than litherite needed for the whole pack. So the other thing that I've been thinking about on our inverted wizard's tower idea is that the stuff that needs to have like clear sky above it needs to be up high, right? So honestly, we should do this the other way where we also go up all the way. Right? Don't you think? Don't you agree? So what Y are we on now? 93? That's where we start? So we're on Y93. So that means if we were going to go all the way up to build height, we would have to do like 157? 157 plus 5. 162 blocks. Not that crazy, honestly. For now, I'm just going to set it up kind of here in the sky, and we'll worry about putting all the stuff up at build limit when we have really good ones. So the other thing that I'm kind of thinking about is, can I get an angel block? Oh yeah, that's cheap. Gold. I keep forgetting how cheap these are. I always forget that. And then we'll need some obsidian. And then 2 feathers. 1 and 2. Boop. Boop. Okay. So let's see. Where do I want to set it up? Kind of like just over here somewhere, really. So how about like right here? And then we'll put down the controller. And then we'll take back... Well, we'll have to make another one of those. And then we just kind of smack it with this thing until it says it's done. Oh, smack it from below, apparently. And now it should be good. Oh, no! And I did not put the controller into here, did I? No, I was very foolish. Oh man, the things that you just totally, absolutely screw up when you're just kind of doing this on the live. Okay, so for those, one of those, we'll need 4 more lapis blocks. And then make me another solar controller, please. And this time we'll be smart and put it in here. And then we'll take it back out and smack it back into place. I don't know why I broke it thinking that it wasn't like good to go, but it absolutely was. Except that it says assembled false. Why would it not be assembled? I had everything that I was supposed to do with it. Oh, assembled true. There we go. So 549 FE per tick. So now, if we get out one of the flux connectors for adding energy to our network, and we put it here and attach it to the network, yeah, now it's adding 549 to our network passively, just going in all the time. So let's go down and look at our controller. Boop. Ooh. It's sort of troubling to me that it doesn't look like our network is gaining energy. Oh, it is. Okay. It's going to gain it here first, and then it'll use the other one. So yeah, it definitely is going into the buffer. That's for the whole network. Good, 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 good. Yay! It's working. This is working too, because now it's it's going up pretty fast. Wow! We can have 143 levels now if we want to. I did not know it was going to go up that quickly. But that's nice. That's nice. Okay, so the last thing for today, we are going to set up one of the resource miners. So I happened to get this from one of the random rewards that I got from the loot crates. It is the Void Resource Miner Controller Tier 3, which if we look at what it can get us, so stone, granite, like all the normal stuff, but what I'm really interested in is this the one that can get us... No. Okay, so this is not the one that gets us the crystals, because the crystals is what I'm interested in. So I'm going to go ahead and cast that back. Where is... Which one is it? Is it the ore miner? Is this what gets us the crystals? Yes. This gets us the Lon's Delight and the Erodium, along with all kinds of other stuff, but mainly I want the crystals. Like, that's what I'm actually here for. Because we want to be able to upgrade our machines with environmental tech, so we're going to need these crystals to be able to get the higher tier versions of it. So this is kind of like our first go-to. The crystal lens requires us to already have Erodium, so it's not something we can start with, so we're going to definitely have to start with a clear one. But that's not real bad here. So it's any kind of glass to make the clear crystal lens. So we'll get out some glass, just like 7 of it, right? I think that's what it called for. Yes, good. And then we'll put it in here. And then let's look at the guide again, and we'll go back to home. Okay, so void ore miners. That's what we're actually looking at. So for the first one, 1 lens, 2 laser cores, no modifiers, 20 structure blocks, or 20 structure panels, and then 20 structure frames, 24. Okay, so the structure blocks, where are those? Not the frames, but the structure panels. Iron bars, gold nuggets, and connectors. Not bad. Not bad. So let's get out a connector. And then bars. And then the nugs. Where? It was after the things. There we go. Make 1 of those. And then we need 24 of those, 20 of those. And no modifiers. We'll need the laser core, not the lens, but like the core, the kind of like black tube that it had. Where is that at in this big array of things? Right there. Laser core. So that's connectors, iron, and glass. Connectors, iron, and glass. Oh no, it moved on me. It was right over here, and now it is somewhere. There we go. Make me 1 of those. 2 of them. And then was there anything else? We got those, we got those. No modifiers, we got that, and we got that. So nope, that's it. That's all we need. How much RF a tick does this use, I wonder? Oh, no, we also need the, the controller. I was just about to run off without the controller at all. So that's another laser lens, a diode, 4 litherite blocks, and a diamond block. So a diamond block, yeah. Was it the interconnect? Is that what it was? Yes. So 2 of those. 4 litherite, another lens. Another lens. And then the diode, which is glass, redstone, and iron ingots. Which do I just have out? Can I just make that? No, I'm missing the redstone. Redstone! Diode. Yes. We'll go ahead and, even though I really feel like it's something that we shouldn't need to make a lot more of, I'll just go ahead and cast it in. And then we'll make the actual void ore controller, and same thing. We're just going to go ahead and put that in. Okay. So this has to be down, have a clear line of sight to nothingness, basically. So we're going to put it down here somewhere. But I would either need some blocks to put it down, or I would need another angel block. So let's get out another angel block. And this time we'll remember to put it in, actually. So it was obsidian, and then gold. I think it was a gold ingot. Yep. So that, and then that. Yeah. And then put it in there. Angel block. Boop. Okay. I mean, mostly I'm just gonna go to like right over here somewhere. Not terribly far. And put it down. I think that also by using these angel blocks, we're going to hit a point where we're kind of like, it's going to add a little bit of randomness to our build locations, which honestly might be a good deal for us. Why are you not putting down blocks? Why are you not putting down blocks? I have the blocks, don't I? I pulled out the structure blocks, but now it's acting like I didn't? Yeah, it's taking them. My frames are going down, but it's not actually placing them. Are they somehow being ate? Huh. That's weird. That's very weird, actually. Let me try, I'll go up a level here, and we'll do this again and see if it produces any different results. Let's come over here, and place that down, and then place that down. And let's double check the guide. It is structure frame tier 1, structure panel, no modifiers, 2 laser cores, and a laser lens. I have everything in my inventory except for the structure blocks, which for some reason it was just eating. Okay, so we'll pull those back out, and then we'll whack it with the wand. Ah, there we go. Maybe it was trying to place it below 0, and that's why it was eating it. Okay. Okay, assembled true. And yeah, it has a laser light that's going down into 0. Yeah, I think it was actually trying to place it below 0, and that's why it was just eating the blocks, because it can't do that, but it was still taking them from me. So then we will need a flux point, and also for me, just a storage crate for now. Because I do want to, I want to know when I get the crystal, basically. So I'm just going to do that. We're going to put that up above, and then attach this here and connect it to our network. And this is using 660 FE per tick. So we're going to need another solar panel to even keep this thing going. But yeah, so basically that's us setting this up, and it's working now. I'll just need to add some more energy to the network for it. But yeah, so that's going to be it for today. Folks, if you enjoyed it, please hit that, hit all them buttons. You know what to do to stay up with me. I don't really need to tell you, but please, please keep up with me, okay? And tell your friends. It's a big deal for me to get new subscribers still, so I'd really appreciate it if you'd just pass the word along. Let people know that I'm out here. You know, there are some people that will enjoy watching me other than you. I know they're out there, so help me out, guys. But yeah, I will see you guys later.